everyone, so welcome to U.S. History. I'm really excited to have you in my class this semester. My name is Ms. Kip and I'm the teacher for this class. I'm entering my 13th year of teaching. I can't believe where the time has gone. I teach English and history, so some of you may have me in the future for senior English, but I also teach U.S. history. And this is one of my very favorite history courses to teach because we focus on modern U.S. history. So it's everything that happened from 1900 to as close to present as we can possibly get. We'll get up through World War II in first semester. And so I really look forward to working with all of you. In this video, I'm going to walk you through some of the main features of our course and kind of how to navigate around and where to find the things that you need. All right, so let's jump to it. I'll make my face smaller here. There we go. So I'm on the updates page. This is the main page that has kind of the announcements of what's going on in class. So you can always check right up here. And you will have information about what you should be working on right now and when it will be due. And then you'll also see some updates down here. One of them, will always be the same as what's up here. But also I post stuff throughout the week. I'll post funny little comics on Fridays. I'll post time tips, reminders about due dates, things along those lines. So think about this update area at the very beginning of class as the first 5 minutes of a brick and mortar class, where I'm just reminding you, okay, here's what we're working on, and here's what you can focus on, and I might tell you a funny story or something like that. That's what goes in the updates feed. Now, the other thing that you're going to want to make sure you are aware of is that over here you can see your due dates, okay? These are due dates that are linked to the assignments themselves. However, you don't want to use those links because what's going to happen is if you click on that link, it's going to jump you straight to that assignment, but you would have missed the directions to the assignment, and it's going to be very confusing. So I'm going to show you how to navigate instead, but you can still use this calendar to kind of wrap your brain around what's coming up next. You can always click on this fancy dandy, whatever, little button down here to see what's coming up next. You can click forward to see upcoming due dates, although I don't have any revealed at this particular moment, but you can see them right there. All right. So that's the updates area. And then what you're going to want to do to find your actual course content, you're going to use the course materials button. There we go. And we have some lovely links in here that I want to introduce you to. First of all, book an appointment with Ms. Kip. This is an option that you can use to book an appointment with me for a phone call or a face-to-face meeting. Okay, so I have all my times available here. You can choose on a time and a date that works for you. You're going to fill in your name, your phone number, your email address, the thing you'd like to discuss or work on. And if you want it to be a face-to-face appointment, those are available on Fridays. So make sure you choose a Friday appointment. But if you want it to be face-to-face, you can click on that. And then click confirm booking. It'll automatically add it to my calendar. And it's a great way to schedule some time with me to work on stuff and get your questions answered, etc. You will have an assignment in the very first week of class that asks you to book an appointment with me so that we can get to know each other a little bit. Then you have the course information folder. Let me jump into that. It has a page that has my contact information. Make sure that you save my phone number to your phone. Here's my email address and a link to the You Can Book Me page. I could click next to get through there, but I'm just going to jump back this way so it's a little more clear where I'm headed here. Here is the syllabus for our course, which we'll go over in the very first session of the semester. A reminder about the late work policy, information about signing up for text reminders of due dates. We'll also talk about that in our first session. And then there's some skills tutorials here. I can click on this little button to see all the skills tutorials. These are just videos that I've put together for various things that students were struggling with to get help. Now, if you need something covered on here, maybe you go, I'm not sure how to post to a discussion board. I need a video for that. Just shoot me a text or an email and I can absolutely make a video for you. I'll throw it in the skills tutorial and that way everybody has access to it. Okay, so that's the course information folder. Then we also have a link down here at the bottom to the help site, J21VA Tech Help Site. That is a great resource if you're having trouble with Schoology or with your computer or whatever. Mr. Self is our tech guru. He runs that site. Okay, so you've got that available there. Now, this is the big folder, the one you're going to be using on a regular basis, the course content folder. Quick hint. One thing that you can do in order to get to that folder faster is to use this little drop down and click on course content. Okay, sometimes you're skipping over some things, so you want to not do that all the time, but it can help you with navigation. All right, so the first thing I have in the course content folder is due dates within this unit. You may want to jot them down in your planner so that you know the due dates that are coming up. I will always have the current unit right here along with an overview of that unit. And then we have our upcoming sessions. You always want to make sure that you click on the title of the folder and then the very first page, and then use the next button to navigate from page to page. All right, that way you make sure that you get all the directions that you need. My sessions always start with a session plan that gives you what you're doing that week, when it's due, and an overview. And let's see, I'm going to jump back to the folder so you can see the whole thing. This is an assignment page here. This is a discussion page here. And this is end of session. I always include an end of session screen to remind you that you've reached the end of the session, and it always has the guy with his arms up like that because he's super excited, and you will be too because you finished a session. All right, be careful once you hit the screen. If you hit next, it's going to jump you right over into the next folder, and so I don't want you to be confused about where you are. All right, so just be aware of that. Let's see. Wanted to remind you as well, you can also find all my contact information right here on the description for the course information folder as well. All right, so don't forget, anytime you have questions or concerns, I am here to help. The very first thing that you should do is to complete the orientation session. It's due during our very first week, and again, you'd find it under course content, and then orientation. All right, a couple of other quick tools that I want to show you before I sign off. And in order to show them to you, I'm going to need to jump over to a student view. So let me jump over to more of what your screen might look like. When you're in class, you should still see the Jeffco banner up front top if you're a Jeffco student. But this is more what a student looks like. So we went through the material section, we went through the update section. The others I wanted to show you were grades. So first of all, when you click on grades, Schoology has updated some of the features here, and so you just have to click on these little arrows, and it's going to show you your 3 categories, and you can click on them to open them up. All right, so that's just a heads up about how to get into those. Once we get started in the semester, there will be comments from me on this far right hand side about how you did on particular assignments. You want to make sure that you check that on a regular basis because I'm telling you how to improve your score. And that also might be where I'd say something like, could you please redo this? I've got more points available, anything like that. One really important button in the grades area for my class is this fancy little rubric button. If you click on it, it opens up a rubric. And once I have graded an assignment, you'll actually have the category highlighted for how you did on that particular assignment. So this is a really, really important tool to make sure that you're clicking on it regularly to find out how you did. Okay. Let's see, and your overall grade will display down here. Oh, one other thing, sometimes right in here it will say, please open this assignment for more detailed feedback. What I mean by that is that you want to click on the name of the actual assignment, and then you'll be able to view your past submissions over here, and you'll be able to view more detailed comments from me in that area. All right, so we'll get into more of those details as we go along. That's just a basic overview of all of our tools. Again, don't forget I'm here to help if you have any questions, and have a great first week.